So what about example number 2? Can these protozoa exist separately from the human host? The answer is absolutely yes. What examples do we have? We have the amoeba, we have the Giardia, right? And then we have all of those protozoa that had spores, right? Those spores, even though they're not so-called living, right? They're just encased in a shell. They're almost like eggs cased in a shell, but they can live outside the human host as well. So these forms can certainly exist outside the human host. But what do we know about them when they live in the human host? Number 1, they reproduce, right? They got this great, rich, nutrient-rich environment where they can reproduce. They can also, and remember the other criteria that we talked about in terms of parasitism is that they obtain food, right? So food, either what? Blood cells, nutrients in the digestive tract itself. So they, eat our food just like we do. And, other cells too, those tissues like the leishmaniasis, boy, that protozoa loves to live right under the skin. So that organism lives by consuming tissue or consuming, living off of our reticular cells in the spleen. Now remember, those reticular cells are undergoing constant reproduction because that's where we form our erythrocytes. So that's a wonderful place for this protozoa certainly to live. So that concludes our lecture for the day. Thank you so much for visiting Educator.com.